Well, hello everyone. It is digital host A.J. Wuest welcoming you back to Before the Four this Tuesday afternoon. And today will be quite a bit of a shorter Before the Four. We were running into some technical difficulties just before the show. But if you are spending some of your Tuesday afternoon with me, I want to thank you so much. If you're new to Before the Four, it's just a little live stream where I talk about some of WAFF's top stories before our evening newscast. And since we're a little bit pressed for time, let's dive on into it, shall we? So, starting things off in Athens, the 15-year-old boy shot by Athens police has been identified as Gabriel McNutt. Now, if you all remember, this was the story where Athens police received a call Saturday afternoon on Els Drive of 15-year-old McNutt reportedly threatening family members with multiple weapons. When police arrived on scene, McNutt began throwing knives at officers before pointing a rifle at them and shooting. That is when the officer shot at McNutt, which later killed him. 48's Matthew King has been in Athens all day learning more about this very, very tragic story. He spoke to an Athens pastor today on the situation, and we'll have more details for you all coming up in just a few minutes. And now in Hartselle, where 48 reporter Nick Ballinger is today. Nick will be covering a story on an American hero and Purple Heart recipient coming back home from combat. It's certainly going to be one you're going to want to stick around for, so make sure you do just that. And there are a few missing people that police need your help finding. A missing man in Morgan County, where the sheriff's office is looking for a 76-year-old man. Now, Leroy Weed was last seen in a wooded area near Adams Street in Somerville, and his name is Leroy Weed. He was last seen wearing a blue short-sleeve shirt, blue jeans, and black shoes. The Morgan County Sheriff's Office says they are currently searching for him, and if you have any idea of where Weed's whereabouts are, call 911 immediately. And in Florence, where police are looking for a missing 22-year-old who might have a condition that could impair his judgment. Now, Tyree Vianson was last seen this morning just before 9 near North Patton Street in Florence. He was last seen wearing a white t-shirt with pink Pokemon characters, gray jogging shorts, and black shoes. And of course, if you have any idea of his whereabouts, contact or just call 911. And now in DeKalb County, this was one of our top stories today on our website, where a Crossville man was arrested Thursday after allegedly firing multiple shots into an occupied building. Now, according to DeKalb County Sheriff Nick Weldon, deputies were dispatched to County Road 386 after a report of someone shooting into a residence. Upon arrival, the DeKalb County Investigations Unit and DeKalb County Drug Task Force conducted a search warrant at the residence after a victim fled the scene. Both a handgun and a sizable amount of meth were located in the building. Additionally, 9 shell castings were found, including 5 of those that hit the building. Now, Jose Guadalupe Perez, 34-year-old out of Crossville, was later identified as the suspected shooter. Perez was booked into the DeKalb County Detention Center and charged with 5 counts of discharged firearm into a building and 2 counts of menacing. Now, I am going to skip ahead a little bit, so you all bear with me 1 second. I got a good story for you all. And this is Juneteenth. And as you all know, Juneteenth is coming this Wednesday, but the Orion Amphitheater is doing a Juneteenth celebration on Saturday. And yesterday I got to speak with Lena Weldon. She is the cultural and community manager for the Orion Amphitheater, and she spoke about everything to expect at Saturday's event, some of the artists who will be there, and finally, the importance of celebrating the Juneteenth holiday. Let's take a listen. Juneteenth is this Wednesday, but the Orion Amphitheater is putting on a celebration this Saturday from 12 to 6. Can you talk a little bit about what people can expect to see at the event?
Absolutely. So this is our second year hosting the event. We're kind of beefing it up a little bit. Last year it was from 2 to 6, so this year it is 12 to 6 p.m. So it's kind of an afternoon, early evening event. We're planning to have food trucks, games for the kiddos, a whole bounce house area and games. We will have local vendors and artists, and at the top of every hour we're going to have music from all different genres that are focused on Black-led artists. So we're super excited.
And you mentioned some of the local artists, the local performers. Who are some examples of who might be there?
Yeah, so we are partnering with R&B Vibes Live for a portion of it. So they're going to be our host and our DJ to like kind of keep the energy flowing throughout the whole event. We will have Journal, who is joining us from the Muscle Shoals, Florence area. He's like kind of a really awesome up-and-coming artist out of Muscle Shoals, so we're kind of tying in the roots of North Alabama. Of course, we'll have Gypsy Soul, Nina Marie, and then two really fun alternative kind of like funk artists, Treetop and the Gifted, and Soul Carnival.
Finally, circling back to Juneteenth, can you talk about the importance of celebrating that holiday?
Absolutely. You know, I think we live in a city that is so predominantly African American, and it's really important to shine a light on the Black culture that we have in Huntsville, to celebrate the freedom of art and expression and Black-owned businesses and the ability to just enjoy life post slavery and post that time period. So it's sometimes can be viewed as a dark holiday or kind of a somber time, but it's a day of reflection and celebration and freedom and rejuvenation of giving life after a hard time. So, yeah.
Thank you, Lena. Could not have said it better myself. And now let's head into stories you're not going to want to miss. You can find that full 48 Now interview on WAFF.com. But stories you're not going to want to miss. July Parks and Rec's dedication by Huntsville Mayor Tommy Battle. You may have heard of secondhand smoke, but what about third-hand smoke? And the first American woman in space, Sally Ride, the anniversary of that incredible achievement. These are all stories you're just not going to want to miss in our nightly newscast. And speaking of things you're not going to want to miss, 48 First Alert Chief Meteorologist Brad Travis is back today with your First Alert forecast, so make sure you stick around to hear what he has to say about our weather. Now I think it is time for Facebook fun. So let's pull up today's question. And today's question is, what's a phrase you only hear in the South? And let me tell you, you all had some brilliant responses. It was so hard to choose a few, but I chose a lot of them. Jessica Key said, it's fixin' to come up a cloud. My mama used to say that all the time. Very, very awesome. Jessica, thank you for commenting. Grant said, where are your mama in them? Yep. Thank you for commenting, Grant. Jeff Guyton said, let's go inside. I'm getting eat up. Yep. Dawn said, I'm fixing to tear you up. I've heard that one before. Doris Day Odin, he said, y'all come back now, you heard? That's right. And I think that is just about all of them. Y'all come back now, you hear? And that is all the time I have today. But I want to, of course, thank you all for watching. And you all have a great night.